and you want to be out of there. Well, we've got our middleweight championship will be up next. John Lober challenging Igor Zinoviev. Zinoviev, of course, speaking with us earlier. Very soft-spoken, but overachieving, strong fighter. Able to win the first time in Extreme Fighting 1 and then on Extreme Fighting 2. John Lober will try to stop that streak from going to 3.
I go balls out, you know, that's the only speed I have. I like to intimidate people, you know, physically and mentally. That's just something that's instilled in my personality.
I saw you fight in Mississippi, and I was real impressed with your attitude. It seemed like the referee wasn't. You have a thing with referees?
No, we get along great. I like him.
And he had a difficult time breaking you?
He wasn't pulling me off from anything. I had no idea that the guy was tapping. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to hit me.
Stylistically, you're involved in what kind of training?
It's Brazilian style jiu-jitsu, but I like to integrate the sambo and the wrestling and everything into it.
You usually attack ankles and legs?
Well, you know, not usually. I mean, it's something that I picked up along the way, and it's real comfortable for me. Well, I don't think there should be judges or time limits. You know, if you're going to go no rules, there should be absolutely no rules.
Ow!
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our next fight. From Huntington Beach, California, John Lober.
John Lober getting the call to come down. And if he's able to intimidate Igor Zinoviev, that will be quite a feat. And we also have a change in our lineup in the PA department, John.
Oh, we have Gary Delabate from Howard Stern over here, and he is looking very dapper, and I don't think anybody's going to intimidate him in the ring.
Certainly not, as you get a look at Lober coming in. Group of people around him. He'll be going up against Igor Zinoviev. Well, as Lober goes through there, Lober prancing in.
This guy's strong. He came down from 215 as the heavyweight IFC current world champion to come to 199 to challenge Zinoviev. He went to Russia, beat all the Russians.
Well, there could be a variable in his favor as Stacy Moran makes the loop. Well, we'll be taking a look at Igor Zinoviev, but before we get to that, Scott Berlinger is backstage. He's got the loser of the last fight, Anthony Macias. Let's go to Scott now.
I'm back here with Anthony Macias. Anthony, tell us what happened out there.
Well, basically, the rules are no headbutting, and I guess he didn't want to obey the rules. Got a couple headbutts, you know. Can't fight with a couple headbutts. I could, but, you know, the rules are rules, and I thought we were going to abide by the rules, so, you know, that's that.
Not very happy about the decision back here, Dave. Back to you ringside.
Stop, Ellen, stop.
That is how the bout ended, as Anthony Macias not too happy with the rules. We go to the middleweight title bout now. The champion, Igor Zinoviev, has quite an impressive portfolio. Let's take a look at that now. Igor Zinoviev, to some, may be the heart and soul of extreme fighting.
When you trained in Russia, did you train in any place that looked like this?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the different plays. Not look like this.
When you prepare for a fight,
Yeah.
what do you think about? You think about your opponent?
Think about everything, about what is great fighter, what's he doing, myself, my training. Sometimes I gotta train twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day for 2 hours, hour and a half. I do everything: kicking, punching, wrestle, lifting weights. I do everything. I don't eat dairy product like milk, sugar.
Now you're fighting this guy, John Lober. He's the IFC world champion.
That's a great guy. I know it's a hard fight, but you know, fight is fight. Everybody can lose.
Taking a penalty. This is like on the street.
When you prepare for this guy, do you prepare in any way different than you prepare normally?
No. But this guy, he can punch, he can kick, he can wrestle, you know, all ground technique. It's a different fight, you know.
But you feel strong, you feel ready for this guy?
Yeah. I think it will be a great fight. It's a tough guy, and I think it's a long fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, from St. Petersburg, Russia, and Brooklyn, New York, Iga Houdini Zinoviev.
And Igor Zinoviev, and of course the Houdini name.
Who got that to him?
I gave it to him. I'm glad it stuck. He got it for his escape against Mario Sperry and turning that fight around. Boy, the medicine ball did not bother him. I loved how he was attacking the bag. He brings a lot of skills. Now, we haven't had to see him in too much with the fighting, but more than a lot of combatants in here, he could turn to fighting if he needed to.
You see who's coming in with him? That's Gene LaBelle and John Lewis. Now, I know he's been practicing a lot of punching. Were you impressed with that heavy bag work?
Extremely so. A lot of speed and a lot of leverage. I liked how he handled the medicine ball, and he is 100% fighter.
How much did Rocky Marciano weigh when he punched like that?
A lot lighter. Rocky Marciano was not. The heavyweights in those days were very light. Into the 180, 185 pound category for the heavyweights.
Well, that's pretty close. This should be very exciting. Igor Zinoviev comes off a win in Japan in the Valley Tudo in 44 seconds with a single right hand.
A single right hand after so many of the other things we've done. That illustrates what the video has shown about his punching ability. Well, the extreme numbers governing this fight. Zinoviev 30, Lober 28. The height very similar, the weight the same. They both like to intimidate. Only one guy will be able to do that. Let's see how it pans out. The look at Igor Zinoviev.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our fighters. On my left, at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 199 pounds, with a record of 2 wins, no losses, he is the IFC heavyweight champ, John Lober. And on my right, at a height of 6 feet, 1 inch, weighing in at 187 pounds, with a record of 19 wins, no losses, he is the Extreme Fighting middleweight champion, Iga Houdini Zinoviev.
So, Zinoviev introduced. And Lober getting ready to tangle. And this should be fast and furious from the beginning. And the tape delay here. The gloves being taped.
Well, the Velcro's being taped, and then the sheath will be put down over the top of them so there's no abrasion from the tape.
You have to make sure all details are covered, and they certainly were. We are set. This ought to be fun.
Now, Eager's got a great sweep, and Lober, you know, I've seen him do everything. We're on.
All right, a southpaw boxing stance assumed.
Big
by
right hand
Lober,
to the body.
Good shot to the body by Eager.
Tried to do a side kick. Tried to do a side kick, he goes to guard. Now he can choke.
Igor Zinoviev choosing the guard here.
Very, very different, but remember what he did to Sperry here. He really hurt his neck.
And using that upper body strength and drawing.
Look at Lober picking him up off the ground. How's that for strong?
And don't let your hands go when you do that or your neck is exposed.
Is Lober strong?
He really showed it there. Lifting Zinoviev
off the ground and he's gonna suplex him.
Look at the face.
He's choking him. Hey, suplexed him!
The crowd loved it.
Back in the same position, unfortunately.
Boy, Zinoviev lands in guard.
You think Lober's tough?
He really overcame a tough situation there. There's the pounding trying to be administered here by Lober. Zinoviev playing the guard spot here.
You notice the way he's hugging the leg? It looks like he's trying to come up and sit out.
He'd like to try to get some momentum and drive.
Lober breaks off. Lober escaped from that, you know.
Lober did not let that happen. Now, how will he try to mount?
Big right hand. Big right hand.
Lober chopping.
There's an arm.
He's giving.
Now Lober. That's it, baby.
Like the headbutt.
First warning.
That's the first warning.
Hand on the face, John.
Looking for mount.
I will disqualify Mr. Law. Hand on the face, John. Hand on the face. No more hand. Hand on the face.
Igor Zinoviev trying from the bottom here to parlay guard, and Lober strong on top. Little Robert Grayson there by Lober.
Zinoviev fights well on defense. We've seen this against Sperry.
Look at that gash on Lober, and he's not affected at all. Looking for a shot. Zinoviev is getting quite a taste of that medicine ball now that we saw before. The crowd does not want this one to end as you take a look at the gash. And
doesn't look like much to me.
A very important decision will be made by Dr. Joseph Astwanakir. We don't see the depth of the gash we saw in an earlier bout, which was stopped.
Nothing wrong with that.
You do get the sense they'll let this one go on. And they do. Mouthpiece back in, you'll hear a roar.
If I see one more headbutt,
and the headbutt warning is given.
Okay, I can disqualify
So the
you.
crowd is upset, but they will cheer in a moment.
No more headbutt.
You're doing fine.
John Donahue demanding respect out there.
Same thing. Hand in the face, punch. Hand in the face, punch.
Come on, Lober.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine, baby.
Rock and roll.
Encouragement from Lober's corner, and maybe the best suplex I've seen in my life. Lober pouring it on now. Neger says, come on.
The crowd really gets back into it. It's not stopped, and will go on again. Now a change in the boxing stance by Lober. Zinoviev grabs. Tries to work him down into a mount. They are locked.
Eager goes again to choke the head.
Now Eager looking for the guard from the bottom.
He's going to sit out. Eager's trying to sit out. Lober so strong. You can see the fatigue on Zinoviev's face.
Yes!
Finding that out.
Across the throat, John.
Lober
not that,
coming
not that.
down from the heavyweight ranks, and it does give him some edge in power, which he is using.
Grab the head the other way, John. Across his throat. Don't do that to him. Push him into the fence.
Now the knees by Lober. A shot to the body by Zinoviev. Let's see if he uses some combinations. He is slammed back into the fence. And control here for Lober.
Relax, John, relax.
Lober pushing his head away. He breaks free. Huge right hand.
2 shots by Zinoviev.
Big right hand.
Hard chopping shots that he went way up and brought down on Lober. Zinoviev on top here. We've seen him at guard more than at mounts.
Well, he's holding him with his legs, and Zinoviev's trying to free the leg. You see him look back at it? Because that's his problem right now. He's clenching his left fist, and he's just pawed with it, as I said it. Pushing his face down. Nah.
Time running down in the first phase. May not be enough time.
Igor's trying to make a separation between them so he can mount.
May not be enough time for Igor Zinoviev to mount to take advantage of the cut. So we'll start it all again in phase 2 as you see how the legs are responsible for the gridlock and the fact that phase 1 should come to an end. But a pounding by Zinoviev.
Lober going out the bottom.
These guys don't get cheated.
Give me mouthpiece, I'll bring it out. Don't fucking touch me. Okay, you want water? You want some water? Make sure it's okay. It's fine. You want some water? Let's get rid of some of that blood too, guys. Okay? I'm gonna wipe your hands.
Face on Lober showing fatigue. We don't know what Zinoviev looks like. He's on the other side from us. See who's in the corner with Lober's Dr. Swanik.
It's okay, you're doing great. Jump and see they're wiping his head where you can. You got a chance, flail it right in the right there where the cut is, and they'll stop it.
All right, seconds out. About seconds out. Let's go.
Well, John, the suplex, we don't see this very often.
Oh, this was just a terrific move. Zinoviev has incredible arm strength. He's choking him. Zinoviev, he's losing position. He knows it. And then just being choked and still does the suplex.
Boy, how does a big guy like that get hoisted up? And he was. So we started again. Phase 2. They start standing. Dave Bontempo and John Peretti.
Igor laughed at him for that.
Extreme Fighting 3. And this has been the match that has brought the crowd more into it. Now the legs here, John, a strategy.
Well, position strategy right now. He's trying to hook. He's trying to hold him. He's going to lift him up again. You know, there's a front suplex, too. We haven't seen that in this. Igor goes for the nice trip.
So Zinoviev,
known as the 69 position here,
getting on top and trying to parlay.
He's putting his belly in his face to try to smother him a little. The pressure is on the bottom guy, obviously.
And he's really using the leverage, using the weight, and trying to lay on Lober. Now, Lober, we got a good look at him. What's he thinking?
Well, right now he's pacing himself. He's going to try to roll out of this.
He's collecting himself down there.
Great move. Great move. He's pulling himself under with the use of that right leg.
And Zinoviev, sensing that Lober wants to collect himself, pounds away at the body.
He mounts.
Controlled by Zinoviev in the mounting spot, and plenty of time to win in this phase. 3 minutes and change left in phase 2. Lober has the bottom shot. Now let's see how Zinoviev comes up. Can he get his weight up?
From this shot, we can see that there's a lot of pressure on Lober's neck, and Igor's breathing pretty smooth. Chopping little rabbit punch. If he frees his right arm, he could hurt him from here, you know.
The way that Zinoviev has his legs spread, it looks like he's trying for a classic wrestling pin.
Come on, Igor.
Lober had time to change his gloves and straighten it out as he was punching from the bottom.
Close to a neck lock.
Watch what he's doing with his right hand. He wants to straighten it.
There you go. There it is. Attaboy, baby.
You can hear LaBelle saying you're close to a neck lock, Igor.
Zinoviev climbing up. See where the legs are positioned.
Lober with the almost useless rabbit punch.
Hoping maybe that one strikes gold.
There you go.
Zinoviev trying to get the neck lock to end this. And from the bottom,
Crank it, Igor. Crank it up.
retaliation by Lober. Palms up in the neck.
He's trying to work his thumb underneath Igor's chin to try to push his head off. But the position is serious. Lober's so strong.
Zinoviev trying to use his weight.
John Lewis.
Try and win by attrition here.
Gene LaBelle screaming, watch the goddamn eyes.
Shot coming, and there are the rabid punches you described, John. They are landing to the back of Zinoviev. He is oblivious to it. He is not letting them distract him from the next shot. And it didn't appear as though those shots bothered him.
How can you hurt somebody like that? Oh, here's the movement up. The knees came up under the arms. He's going to start punching.
And now Zinoviev utilizing his mouth. Lober trying to fight him off. A big moment for Lober. He must hold Zinoviev off. And Igor Zinoviev wailing away with power here. Just trying to out-muscle. He's been very close to winning here.
Igor, look at me. Open your eyes.
40 seconds to go. Does Lober have it in him to get through?
John Lewis saying, Igor, open your eyes and look at me.
Let's go, Igor.
Trying to get a little coaching.
Got him, Igor.
Should Zinoviev have used a little more urgency here?
I think his timing is perfect. This guy is so strong. You can see it on Zinoviev's face. And that noise you're really hearing isn't only glove, it's forearm hitting on his deltoid.
Well, phase two looks like it will go into the books. And we'll go at it again for phase three.
No, keep position. Keep position. Break.
They're showing a little respect for each other now. Igor was actually helping him up. Look at Lober staggering.
How do you feel? Feel like going on? Everybody's all right?
Игорь, если за спину не забежишь, ты ему ничего не сделаешь.
Better go see the other guy.
That's good. It's a nice job. All right, John. Here, you want some more water?
Easy, baby. Just breathe.
Just breathe. He is doing awesome. He cannot finish you, and it's frustrating the shit out of him.
John Lober showing a lot of heart.
You're doing great, man. You are doing great.
10 seconds.
When he hooks in the legs, oh boy,
A guy who certainly needs that 1 minute break.
Johnny. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. He ain't never felt strength like that before, Johnny. Come on, Lober. Come on.
Well, we go into phase three. Igor Zinoviev, and the champion coming in.
Whoa, great
challenger.
man. He's tired. Look at his arms. You'd say he's tired in boxing, wouldn't you?
You most certainly would. Look at the face. Look at the breathing. Lober is out there on guts alone right now.
Igor's going to throw a right hand, it looks like, kind of winding with it. There it is.
John called that one. Well, in the third phase of this, Zinoviev coming in with the title. If it goes to a draw, he'll keep his crown. Lober needs to score the victory to take it away.
Big right hand counter over the top.
So,
oh, great left jab.
Zinoviev could be playing defense ordinarily in round three, but we don't see that yet. He's looking for a spot.
Well, I'll ask you, Dave.
Comment.
Excuse me, let me ask you. Can this guy box?
Zinoviev can certainly box. We haven't seen the combinations fired that we took a look at on the video. Lober is surviving, keeping himself from being stopped here.
Lober's recharging here. He's staying back. He got a leg kick in.
Time is the enemy of John Lober.
I see another right hand.
The ally of Zinoviev. Now, if Zinoviev was the challenger, we might see more urgency from him. But he is letting Lober play the waiting game and not playing into the hands.
Playing a little possum here too, Zinoviev, because he wanted the counter punch. He drops his head forward to give him a target.
Both guys are stealing a little bit of time after the torrid pace.
Look how close the space is.
Set in phases 1 and 2. Crowd getting on them a bit. They want these guys to get down to business. They don't want the third phase to be a little bit more than a victory lap. Let's see who breaks the impasse here. These guys are very tired. Lober fighting like he wants to stay in it and stay off the ground.
I think Lober's exhausted right now. I mean, Zinoviev doesn't think he's coming. Zinoviev's a counter puncher in this respect.
Lober took a lot in the second phase. He's in the final half of phase 3. In phase 3, he better complete the project or the title remains with Zinoviev. This is the final phase, 2 minutes to go. So Lober, who has had his moments in this bout, was in deep trouble at the end of phase 2. And competing like someone who will be happy to finish.
Left roundhouse kick, that was surprising.
Zinoviev also showing fatigue.
Right roundhouse kick, different strategy.
We've seen Zinoviev in 3 tilts, and we've never seen 3.5 minutes of passivity from him. But he's a minute and a half away from keeping the title. Low kick by Lober.
And a counter right.
Now these guys seem recharged a little bit. But Lober let a lot of precious time slip away.
That one hurt.
Zinoviev using the boxing to protect his lead. Not using it as an offensive weapon too much, other than the counter right.
Left hook counter, right hand over the top, right hand over the top, another one.
But in this competition, when you're behind as Lober is, boxing is not the way to go. You box for show, you grapple for the dough.
That's novel.
Lober came out in this third phase a bit exhausted. Did not have too much in. These guys took it all out of each other in the first 2 phases. That will work for Zinoviev. It will work against Lober. And a matchup which had so much going for it in the first 2 phases limps to its conclusion.
Lober not using a strategy to win this fight at all.
He had nothing left.
Big left hand.
A lot taken out of Lober.
Great companionship there, camaraderie. 2 tough guys.
And they spent everything in the first 2 phases. Intense action at the end of the second phase, along the fence, where Zinoviev had a chance to win. Lober wouldn't let him get the final position. And then Lober survives in round 3, phase 3.
What a terrific fight. That's what our sport's all about right there.
We're getting ready for the final announcement now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fight has been ruled a draw. Because there is no loser, retaining his Extreme Fighting Middleweight Championship, Iga Hudina Zinoviev.
Well, Igor Houdini Zinoviev actually living up to it there as he escapes losing his title, unable to score a victory.
Outrageous, baby. Outrageous.
Good job. Congratulations.
Igor saying thank you to him for such a great fight.
Johnny, a little surprised these guys had nothing left in phase 3.
Good job.
No, I wasn't surprised. Did you see the pace?
Pace was there, but should guys save a little bit for the final phase when they need, if they need to rally, if they need to take a title away? Maybe a little better sense of pacing over the first two.
I don't know. I mean, it's so rough in there. Look what they're doing to each other. I mean, counters, big punches. I mean, you saw everything in the repertoire of extreme fighting tonight.
So Zinoviev maintaining the title. And John Lober, the IFC heavyweight champion, who was coming down a little bit, had himself quite an evening. He's going over to Scott Berlinger. We'll take it now. Backstage to Scott Berlinger. Go ahead, Scott.
I got John Lober here backstage. John, fantastic fight. You guys went head-to-head all the way. What happened in the third round? Were you spent?
Well, yeah, pretty much I was tired. He was getting the upper hand. He was getting the upper hand, so I had to do whatever I can. I was mostly on the defensive. I was trying to make offense, but it was hard. I just want to say I dedicate that fight to my dad, who died in March.
On the third round, were you out there just basically holding on and surviving, you and Igor together?
I got my second win at the end of the third round. I wasn't sure if he had or not yet, but I was going to let him try to throw something in the counter and try to knock him the hell out. But I hit him really hard, and he wouldn't go down, and hit me really hard, and I wouldn't go down.
How would you feel about a rematch?
I'd definitely take a rematch. It's like fighting in a mirror. So.
Thanks, pal. I really appreciate it. Fantastic. I got Igor Zinoviev now. We're getting in. Igor, phenomenal fight. You defended your title. Tell me a little bit about what was going on in the third phase.
Oh, that guy is so great. It's unbelievable. His fight is so tough, strong, more technically. He's a great fighter. I didn't see before.
You mounted him twice, and both times it looked like you were going to take something.
I told you, he's so great defense, attack, and he do ghost right.
You had a guillotine on him once, and he picked you up and took you over.
He's strong. It's very strong.
Third phase, really tired. Everybody holding on.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about a rematch?
That's all great.
Thank you very much. Fantastic match. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Scott. Bart Vale against Murakami Kazunari. Kazunari, the 1996 judo champion in Japan, and Bart Vale, the ISFA heavyweight champion. These two heavyweights will be going out. Kazunari coming in here, making his debut in extreme fighting, bringing his oriental skills. Let's take a closer look.
What kind of fighting style do you fight?
Everything. Valley Judo style, judo, shoot wrestling. I've trained judo for a long time, but I'm now training in everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our next fight, please welcome from Tokyo, Japan, Murakami Kazunari.
Judo champion, making the trip And we'll see how he handles the butterflies and the jitters. All the way from Tokyo. And Lexi LeBlanc, August 1995 Pet of the Month, will make the ring walk around the circle here. And a very psyched up and motivated Kazunari. Brings some good size into this tussle.
Yeah, and he also brings a good reputation. He's the absolute champion in Japan now in judo, 1996. I hope he has the skills to do it.
And you see the placard there for Murakami Kazunari. Well, what about the opponent he'll be going against tonight? Bart Vale, the ISFA heavyweight champion. Let's see what he brings to the table.
My name is Bart Vale, and I do shoot fighting, which is a combination of kickboxing and submission grappling. Soranako invited me to Tampa to get involved in this new style, and I was under the impression that it was kickboxing. I did a high kick where one of the Japanese gentlemen came underneath my leg and grabbed my leg and was doing a technique against my knee, which actually ripped the knee. And I'm yelling and screaming, calling him a cheater, because at that particular time I never saw this style or anything like this style. And that's when I said to Soranaka that I would really like to get involved in this style.
Just one more of those and I'll let you go.
Oh, sorry. That's elbow. I don't think extreme fighting is real bloody or gory at all. I think the message we're trying to get across here now is the fact that we're here to compete. We're trying to show the different styles of martial arts going against other different styles of martial arts, and that's basically what it is now. If my opponent was here right now, I would say to him, good luck, because I'm going to give 100% when I get out there, and when I get out there to fight, he's going to be in for a fight.
And introducing from Miami, Florida, Bart Vale.
Bart Vale getting the call, coming on down. Good look at his kicking techniques. In the pre-fight look at him, and wanted to adopt what he didn't like, learn from it, and giving a good example of how extreme fighting is a match of the different disciplines. So some good leg kicks to the body used by Bart Vale. Stylistically, how will he match up with Kazunari?
Well, Kazunari doesn't punch or kick. Bart does punch and kick. I think Kazunari will be very strong if he gets in close. His hips would be like swivelly. But Bart Vale comes with tremendous skills in all areas.
And Lisa Gale, current penthouse pet, interspersing with the crowd. Tough job for her. There is Bart Vale. How they match up with extreme numbers is straight ahead. Kazunari 23, Vale a veteran at 34. The height the same. Weight 244 for Vale. So we would look for Kazunari to be quick and svelte. Maybe Vale to be powerful.
But Bart Vale has a big right hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, at 6 feet 2 inches tall, 212 pounds, with a career record of 7 wins and 2 losses, the 1996 Japanese Judo Champion of the world, Murakami Kazunari. And on my right, at 6 feet 4 inches tall, 255 pounds, with a career record of 7 wins and no losses, the ISFA Heavyweight Champion of the world, Bart Vale.
Bart Vale certainly sporting the most colorful trunks we've seen tonight, with the patriotic fervor. Stars, stripes, kicks, punches, it will all be here.
And look at the arm length on Bart Vale. You see it?
The southpaw style setup. Kazunari.
Kazunari goes right in.
You talked, John, about him getting in close.
Going behind.
He was able to do it.
Going behind. This is where Kazunari is going to be good.
You said right at the beginning, if he gets in close, that will be Kazunari's game. And he has gotten close and has wrapped himself around Bart Vale. Now, how does he utilize his position here?
Classic defense. He's not using his elbow to the face, which I thought he would. Trying to break the grip. A little chin wedge.
Vale has Kazunari behind him, the fence in front of him. And the camera catching it all.
He's going to try to stomp his feet.
A stomp technique, and you get a good look at it.
Going for the leg sweeps.
Weakening the ankles.
Nice heel shot. Good to the knee.
There's a lot of technique there. Down low.
You notice
thigh shot. Able to make Vale sink with that for a moment.
No, that's a counter, actually, Dave. He's trying to get low so the arms open up. He's got a straight arm bar. Straight arm bar from behind. That's a finishing hold. He's trying to break the arm.
Trying to get it done early.
Position is everything.
Kazunari, has he made the best use of his?
Yes. He did the right thing, but he's still breaking his arm.
He's got Vale here.
Now his wrist.
Vale gets away from the hold for a second. Now the mounting has begun for Kazunari, and he's wailing away.
But you see his mount is squirrely. It's not the mount of a Brazilian. He's going out the back. He's got an arm bar. He breaks it.
Elbows. Kazunari has brought some twists to this we have not seen from other fighters.
Finally puts the hooks in.
And he is doing a number on Bart Vale. Bart Vale, as we saw in the biography, a lot of kicking ability, but not getting a chance to do that so far. Kazunari warned for the elbow in the back.
I think that Bart is really, taking his time here. He doesn't want to get hit much.
Bart would like to make it to the end of the first phase.
He's going for that armbar again, Bart, but he can't seem to get it.
Tough to do it from the position he is in.
And he's trying to remove the ankles.
Kazunari pounding.
He clutches that arm like he's going to go for a wrist lock, but I don't see him going for it yet. Maybe he's going to pause and rev on it. Kazunari's worried about it now, though. He's pulling up on it. He's testing the grip.
Respecting the grip and now pounding with the right hand, then goes to the other side with the left hand.
He had to let go because he was catching shots. See, the Japanese don't push their legs through and their pelvis forward to create a better position for themselves.
They deny themselves some strength. They don't utilize the position as well. In this instance, a classic illustration of it.
That's precisely right.
It's more here of a wear-down technique rather than strict power on power.
Now, Bart should stand up. He's got both his wrists. He's not going to get hit. And Bart stands up.
He sensed it. Great recovery from Vail. Now the kick. As Bart Vail tries to get into his offense. Slamming Casanari against the fence. Now a left knee to the body. A right hand. He goes to work.
It's a war.
Casanari retaliating with an uppercut. A big left hook by Casanari. Vail is down. We saw some fighting there. Boy, this has turned so many different ways. Intervention by the referee.
Stop the fight. Taking too many shots.
Too many flush shots. Referee's discretion.
He's saying he wasn't defending himself at all.
And that was it. Well,
and the crowd is displeased quite a bit.
So, come on. Don't blow your nose. Don't blow your nose. Take your time. Don't blow your nose.
Stops it because of the blows being taken, and
I got a mouse there over here. Pretty clear head. Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah, no, it's different style. That was good. Good call. Oh, you're sorry.
Well, Bart Vail talking it over with the referee.
Well, Bart knew what was really happening there. He was starting to fade out.
4 minutes and 37 seconds. First round. Due to referee stoppage, Murakami Kazunari.
So Kazunari with the embrace as he was able to turn it around quickly. And John, we saw a boxing finish to that after he was able to get up and did exactly what he should have.
Let's take a look at this.
Now, Vail has gotten up, he stood up, and they're wailing here.
Well, you see the spatial difference going on here? Kazunari backing off, Kazunari coming in. Two beautiful left hands, I think.
Good hooks coming in.
Struggling to get position a little, but look at the shots. Now, you see Bart starts to fade a little. I saw his eyes rolling up in his head from this position.
And although in the mount position, he did not utilize his strength all the way. Watch what happens after Kazunari gets the edge in the punching department. A big left hook to the chin.
Was that on the button, Dave?
On the button. Now he's pounding away. Vail is writhing in pain here and just taking too much. You see the hands come up by Vail, a telltale sign that he had been tagged.
He kept his hands up, but his eyes were, you know, looking foggy. John Donahue basically said to me that that he was out.
Too much punishment is the definition. It was a shot to the chin.
John Donahue saying to me candidly here that he just wasn't defending himself well anymore.
No, it was a shot to the chin and one to the temple before that. Almost scored a knockout with the shot to the chin and then was just able to work. Well, Maurice Smith and Conan Silveira, heavyweights that promise to give fast action. Maurice Smith, the world heavyweight kickboxing champion in this title bout, certainly has a big mountain to climb.
Maurice Smith, Bruce Lee fan. Enter the Dragon. This is for real stuff. I mean, kickboxing's good, Thai boxing's good, but this here's ultimately the fight of what men come down to when they fight. Two gladiators. Look at me. I'm a 34-year-old man with lots of testosterone. That's why I'm in this kind of fighting.
What about sex before the fight?
Nothing wrong with that.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No comment. I just increased my cardiovascular workout and a lot more wrestling and sparring. Mostly I eat chicken, rice, beans, noodles, and some Snickers occasionally. I'm gonna kick his butt on stand-up. His main thing is to tackle me to the ground, and my main thing is to stay on my feet. So on the ground, he's gonna be more aggressive. On the feet, I'm gonna be a lot more intelligent.
So Maurice Smith, giving you an idea of the toughness with him, a 34-year-old with a lot of testosterone. Well, that's a little bit of an honest approach. He'll certainly come in with his edge of toughness. Has he been at this level before, do you think?
Yes. In fact, he's got more experience than Conan, but not in extreme fighting. He's had some pancreas experience. He's the current world heavyweight kickboxing champion and Muay Thai champion. Now, if we don't see a leg kick tonight, we're never going to see one.
What is the biggest adjustment fighters with those attributes have to make when they do come into extreme fighting the first time? What happens to them that's never happened before?
They've never been tackled. I mean, they never had anyone throw a little baby kick and have no intention of kicking or punching, just tackle. But we've seen Conan stand up there with tremendous ability and box and wrestle and do jiu-jitsu, which encompasses all. Maurice Smith can probably outbox Conan if he lets him. And Conan's the smartest fighter in the ring. I don't think he's going to let him.
All right, that'll be the strategic outlook as you get a look at the arena where the contest takes place, the crowd around it. Bart Vale coming off a loss to Murakami Kazunari in a fast-paced bout. And we've just had Tommy the Duke Morrison come on over and express some greetings to us. Tommy Morrison, big man here in Oklahoma. Well, Conan Silveira, one of the staples of extreme fighting. Very intricate and complex fighter.
When you talk about Brazilians and the people practice jiu-jitsu, you play when you were a kid, you play like you be in a Vale Tudo. So when you come to the jiu-jitsu school in Brazil, I'm not saying that you're going to bring your son, 5 years old, and he's going to, get home with a broke nose or something like that. No. But he's going to be involved in something, then he's going to grow up one day, then you're going to see the situation so normal for him, so he can step the ring the way he's going to sleep or the way he's going to eat. Jiu-jitsu is something so open with a lot of skills, so that gives us the knowledge to fight against anyone. Doesn't matter what kind of style, doesn't matter who you're gonna fight. You always got to train, you got to do the things you got to do.
Big right hand. 4 right hands.
Carson Gray's team is a big family, You are a lot of brothers, So always I have somebody come to my school, I was, involved with the training with them, because when you are in a position to be a fighter, you got to go to fight. You got to be in a position as a student. You have the special way to take care of yourselves, with the food, the way you eat, the things you eat.
Rocket working, he knows not to. Then there's the hook. This could be a very short fight now. See the big punches. Look for Parkinson's message to mine.
There's nothing personal.
Right.
This is sport.
I really don't like to get the position, then I like to challenge people, because I really don't think that's the way, the right way to promote yourself. You got to promote yourself, showing yourself in the ring, professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the fight you've all been waiting for. This is our final fight of the evening, and I would like to introduce the participants. From Bellevue, Washington, Maurice Smith.
Maurice Smith called on down. We'll see how he can make his toughness work in here against Conan. Extreme fighting, whatever it takes to win. And a little bit of confetti flying through the air. as he makes his entrance.
Frank Shamrock on his left.
And Stacy Moran in front.
Brings a lot of experience to the ring.
Now can he do it in a big fight situation against a guy who you saw in the last video piece? Explosive, sudden power. Conan throwing savage uppercuts in that video. Past fights. Maurice Smith does not want him to get close enough.
Maurice taped his ankles. Doctor said no, he didn't report an injury. Little controversy. Maurice is saying that he doesn't have an injury. Referee awaits the decision.
And they'll have to get it past
Doctor's call. He's got some bad ankles.
Water.
See when he cross-tapes his ankles to hold his feet up? He obviously had an Achilles tendon injury.
And for the final time, Stacy Moran with her walk. All the way around.
Showing Maurice Smith broke a sweat.
Yep. Put a mouthpiece. Any questions? Nope. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Miami Beach, Florida, he is the Extreme Fighting Heavyweight Champion, Conan Silveira.
Well, Conan Silveira. The look of determination and the Extreme Fighting Heavyweight belt walking in with him.
Yeah, flanked by a huge entourage. Carlson Gracie Sr., Carlson Gracie Jr., Alan Goes. Well, I see them all out there. His brother, his boxing coach.
The heavyweight champion title will be on the line here. And if you haven't seen him before, this guy's a treat as far as his explosiveness, raw power, and natural savage instincts.
And he's a grappling fool.
A grappling fool. As Heidi Lynn dancing it up for the crowd.
Conan dominates.
Has the look of a guy who is not used to losing. How they match up with the extreme numbers. Smith, a veteran at 35. Silveira, 32. The height the same. Silveira, 20 pounds heavier.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, at 6 feet, 2 inches tall, 212 pounds, with a career record of 57 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws, the reigning world heavyweight kickboxing champion, Maurice Smith. And on my right, at 6 feet 2 inches tall, 245 pounds, with a career record of 28 wins and no losses, the Extreme Fighting Heavyweight Champion, Conan Silveira.
And Conan Silveira getting ready. He waited to take the shirt off until he was introduced.
He didn't want to take all the logos off. He's sporting that rear billboard there.
What is he, sponsored in the back? They have a problem with his glove. They want to get the tape off. Make sure it is cut just properly. We'll take care of that final problem. Conan considers jiu-jitsu the complete discipline, and he's taught students between the ages of 5 and 80. Considers himself nasty but nice.
And notice that the gloves are taped on the outside, and again, John Conneau, always on it, makes him remove it and put the cuffs back over.
They make sure it is all uniform and make sure it is all neat. Said he may not put any more tattoos on his back.
Don't matter.
If you get a good look at him, you'll see that there's not much back left. Maurice Smith and Conan Silveira, they're taking care of it. Looks like they'll now have the final inspection.
And you notice that I think it's on his left elbow. He's got a steel hinge tattooed.
Well, he didn't like it. Said it was the wrong hand, so they'll go back and they'll administer it again.
The knuckles are completely taped, I've been informed. So he's got to take the gloves off. He's got to untape the knuckles. We don't allow any tape.
You've altered that glove. We're going to have to put on new gloves.
Well,
there you go. No, that's okay.
You can't cut off.
Yeah, they've already cut everything.
the anxiety and a little bit of impatience in the crowd. They'll have to repair the damage on the inside there.
He's going to have to put on new gloves.
They will be putting on new gloves. You hear that?
We got to go.
All he did is cut tape out. Yeah, it was only.
They're arguing over tape.
Yeah, look what happened. Okay, you see good. So the glove's the same. The glove's the same. You just put tape out. Okay. I like that, bro. First seconds down.
We are set to go, though. Problems have been ironed out. And they go. Silveira and Maurice Smith. Smith, a southpaw, and standing. For how long? If Silveira has his way, not very long.
Big knee.
Conan wrapping him up.
Maurice Smith not ignorant.
Trying to use defense here, not letting the leg position be established by Conan, who then gets the knees to the body. Silveira is explosive with his legs and also quick with his punches, and already Conan
just has to turn him now because his leg is caught.
He's trying for that. Smith able to avoid it for the moment. Silveira with the strength up top, and he's doing his work from a tactical standpoint with the legs. And a good shot to the body by Maurice Smith.
That was a terrific knee, wasn't it?
Sending a message, don't wait too long. I won't be here to assault. And there is the turn by Silveira.
Well said.
Good thing Smith got the one in. Now Silveira, who is an excellent finisher. Let's see how he utilizes his mount position, trying to improve on it.
Maurice punches him in the face from the bottom.
Well, you might as well get your money's worth. If you're Smith, you're in trouble. Silveira trying to lean on him, pop him with the left hand. Trying to drive with the legs.
And the mount.
Trying to improve his mount position. He's stepping forward now. More or less a mid-range mount here. Looking for a holding position off the mount. Can he choke Smith out? Smith able to turn.
Into the guard.
turned into the guard, but Smith was able to do something at least.
He's got an elbow crush working.
If you're Smith, which is the worst poison, the mount or the guard?
This is a much better position as Smith because he can actually punch. He minds his arms.
So Smith has improved his situation. Chopping kicks to the back.
Little
by
heel
Silveira.
shots. Distractions mostly.
Showing he wants to work, and Smith coming inside. Chopping right hands. Two by Smith.
There you go, just like that. Now work the hands. Work the hands, baby. Not
See the way he's playing with that glove? He's turning, kind of trying to go into his back.
Some more chopping rights by Smith. The hold on the neck, no longer there.
He's going to try to get a figure four arm lock on him. Let's go.
More pounding. Smith tries to utilize his spot. He's in tight. The best option open to him, it seems, is the clubbing punches, which he is doing. Behind the ear, Smith goes to work.
He said, "You okay? Sorry." I don't know what that was about. Maurice said, "I'm sorry." He must have almost headbutted him.
What are they bordering on sportsmanship for, right? As Smith able to get inside a would-be chokehold. And you see the work with the fingers here. Silveira trying to work it. Smith coming in. Nice chopping right hand. It looks like phase two will be a reality here.
I think Maurice is holding his own pretty well.
He is.
He's in his guard.
He came out of that mount position and is really showing some good offensive tendencies and not giving Silveira the room to explode like we've seen in some other fights.
Keeping him busy with those little choppers, too. You think those are hard punches?
They're hard enough to be distractions. They will at least annoy Silveira. That's a good chopping one to the head, and there may be an abrasion developing there. As phase one is phased out.
Break clean, break clean.
Don't be very happy. A little bit of water. Hey, drink it.
Conan, jogo em pé, pontapé e soco. Alguém te falando, tá? Só isso, Conan. Conan. Vem cá. Prestou atenção? Soco, pontapé. Wed. Joelho nele.
Seconds down.
Phase two about to get underway. Scheduled for 3 phases. Conan Silveira in the blue trunks.
Oh my God, that's aggressive.
Maurice
Throws the
Smith.
left jab.
The black trunks for Smith, who had a nice comeback in the opening phase. Now a little more vintage Silveira. Strong leg kick. Let's see if he utilizes the fresh start for power.
I see something funny happening here. I feel like he's going to throw a left roundhouse kick to the head. Oh, he threw it to the body. I saw a little balance change.
He had it set up, John.
Wait, I still see it. I still see the left roundhouse kick to the right side of Conan's head.
Smith showing some versatility here and making Silveira respect him. Silveira taking his time and calculating his gambles a little bit here. This is a guy who has been dominant in extreme fighting, and Smith has given him something to think about. Boxing as a southpaw, you can see a right hand lead by Silveira.
Conan still wants to tackle.
He does, but he did it too soon.
Great uppercut.
He did it from too far out, and Smith was able to counter. Smith is tying Silveira in some mat series, fighting very well.
Very well. I see a right hand. See the way he leans on his left foot? Not like the position he had before.
Conan Silveira, a dominant specter in extreme fighting, but certainly getting quite a tussle from Maurice Smith. Now goes righty. Silveira looking for some distance to fire a shot. He may have to kick his way into tackling position. Maurice Smith has been a cool, very poised customer here.
Yes, he has. A lot of experience.
Good chopping kick by Smith, driving Silveira back. And maybe a key to Smith's survival is that he moves.
He moves well.
He gets out of the way. He's not stationary after he fires his punches or kicks.
Also makes him pay for certain things, doesn't he? That little uppercut.
He certainly does. A good sense of countering. Now Silveira showing the kick, trying to go upstairs, and finally gets his arms around Maurice Smith about halfway through the phase.
He's grabbing the leg. Not too good a position.
Smith with the knee. Silveira trying to win with the attrition here. Can he use his strength? He's 20 pounds heavier. He wants to apply it here. Wants to lean on Smith and wear him down.
His one leg's up. That's good in kickboxing, but he can get sweeped.
Smith maintaining his composure among rather difficult circumstances. And you get the overhead look. And what these guys try to do now, Silveira gets some punching room. This is what he needs. Can he tee off enough? Big kick by Smith. Smith comes back and he answers. Crowd on its feet for good reason. These guys are doing what they do best.
Wow.
Smith answered with a nice kick as Silveira was getting into that punching groove.
He was sitting under there like Sugar Ray Leonard, just waiting to fly.
Smith with a good answer. A high kick as Silveira was finding his room as we go to the final minute of phase 2. A bout that certainly deserves a phase 3. Silveira on the outside.
Marcus breathing heavily.
His best punching was answered. His grappling on top was answered. The kicks coming from a little bit more outside than usual.
Maurice Smith looking very calm, don't you think?
Seems like he's figured out the mystery of Conan Silveira and is not at all impressed by the Silveira mystique. He has come to do a number tonight, and Silveira right in there doing a good job with him. And phase 2 will wind its way into phase 3. It's been a good one.
Crowd loves this fight.
Excellent action.
Thank you. Breathe for a second. Now listen.
Hey, you got him. Listen. Draw him. Listen. You okay, brother? Yeah. Draw him in with your hands, okay? And then fire off that leg kick. And then when he goes to throw his hand, knock that fucker out. Okay? He's sucking bad. Okay?
When you're standing up, you're not hitting with one low kick. Start the low kick, throw the right hand. Okay, you understand?
Yes. You can put him to sleep, Mo. Okay?
Levanta a guarda, pô. Não guarda baixa não, tá? Levanta a guarda, entendeu? Vira fundo.
Silveira finally gets some room and gets into vintage Silveira offense. Chopping rights to left hands. Then Smith at a big moment. That was an important kick to disrupt the rhythm of Conan Silveira.
I really like the overhand rights. Let's see if he can throw more of those.
We start phase 3, the final one here. If there's no winner by submission, knockout, or a stoppage, it will be a draw.
Look at the welts developing on Conan's left leg.
Well, in extreme fighting or fighting or anything, styles make the matchup. And Conan Silveira has found a guy here that runs with him, that can kick with him, that can figure out when he's coming at him from a distance. And that's why, John, this matchup has been excellent.
I don't know what to say, Dave. That was all of it.
So they go into phase 3. Who will take it? The grappling on top by Silveira, as he showed in phase 1. Smith has been an annoying counter-punching force off the fence. Good knee by Smith. Silveira showing some fatigue, and Smith pounds it downstairs with the leg.
Little blood in the left eye.
You don't see that much for Conan Silveira.
I see some fear on his face.
Yes. He's not used to this.
Conan's a great, great fighter.
Big kick to the head. Silveira in tremendous trouble. A bomb by Smith is
Stops
over.
the fight. It's a knockout. It's a knockout.
Tremendous athletic feat, literally, by Maurice Smith. A bomb. He had been showing that the entire fight. And we come to an explosive ending to this contest.
I've been informed by the referee that Conan was out on his feet.
A big bomb by Maurice Smith.
Maurice Smith looking real confident.
He was kicking
Out on his
down
feet.
low. Kicking down low. Now watch Maurice Smith save the most opportune time to go high. This is what surprised and shocked Conan. Bomb right up there. Around the jaw area. He had been going low. Showing low, then he goes around with a sweep kick. It looked to the temple area, disrupting the equilibrium of Conan Silveira, and that's how you can win that fast. This is tremendous by Maurice Smith, a guy who waited back all night.
Doesn't know where he is, completely out on his feet. You'll notice that he walks back to the corner, he raises his hand. They're not going to show it.
See, there's no standing 8 count in this sport. The referee has to make an instant determination, and that was a good one by John Donahue. Maurice Smith had been showing the downstairs power, had gotten himself off the fence, had turned it around, and he comes up with what will be considered in the industry an upset. New heavyweight champion, Maurice Smith has it. Well, it's been an interesting night of extreme fighting. Very exciting, John. A pleasure to work with you.
Pleasure to work with you. Just want to say hi to my son, Luca, and my wife at home.
Okay, it's all done. Thanks, all of you, for tuning in to Extreme Fighting 3. Here's the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by KO at 136 of the 3rd round, and the new Extreme Fighting Heavyweight Champion, Maurice Smith.
Maurice Smith with the official announcement of his victory. Able to do it with the knockout and the flip. A little bit of pageantry, and a new star is born on Extreme Fighting. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, on Extreme Fighting. For all our producers, directors, we'll see you next time on Extreme Fighting 4. So long, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.